Sweet, we're live, alright. Howdy everyone, welcome to RETROTHON 2020. I hope you enjoy those arcade games. Pretty sweet, especially Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, that was pretty good. Welcome to Game Boy block though, arguably the best block, no bias at all. So, anyway, without further ado, we're gonna get some Kirby Stream Land Extra Mode going underway in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So yeah, Kirby Stream Land Extra Mode, pretty much the same game as normal mode. Only difference is sprites move about 1.5 to 2 times faster depending on the sprite. And everything does about double damage to you. Nothing really too concerning. The first 20 seconds of the game is literally the same. The first real change here is with Poppy. Poppy still does 3 bombs. But Poppy is a lot faster in this version than in the normal one, so even with the Poppy dance, it isn't all that bad. Come here. Double kill, because, you know, that's what we do around here. So the Bronto Burst, there you see the big cannonball flying things, those things do 2 damage to you. Those things just really like to mess you up some days. So here we're going to try and get through this climb here. Everything in this climb can kill me with 1 hit now. This little jelly bean right here does 2 damage. That chicken right there does 2 damage. So everything in this climb is kind of dangerous because you are pretty close to it. But we're going into the Wispy fight. And Wispy has a whole new attack now where the tree is going to drop some Gordos at you, which are those little spike balls. Gordos in Kirby Stream Land 1 does 3 damage to you, all while we're trying to avoid Wispy's face, because Wispy's face can do 2 damage to you. And Apple, if it hits you, is only 1 damage, so it's not too bad. Alright, going into Castle Lololo. So the cleaning ability, that's not really an ability in this game, comes at you right away, comes at you pretty hot. Here we're going to just missed the door hitbox completely. Doors are probably the hardest boss in Kirby Stream Land. So here you're gonna see just a lot of swallow. We're just gotta go out there swallowing, because that's what you do in Kirby games, and we try to reduce as much lag as humanly possible in this game, because this game is coded really well. So here we're gonna get to the little mini boss. 3 hits and they're done. They do throw Gordos at you at the end, but not a big deal. So here we're going to do a strat called Curry Kill, hopefully, if we can get a good pattern. We're going to go up there and get the Curry and get into this door, no problem. So basically with this is that we have to hurry up and get to the boss room as fast as possible because the Curry does wear off after a while, all while trying to not take a ton of damage through the process. And we gotta hope not to soft lock the game like I did at SGDQ. So now, since we got a bad pattern, we have to fight low normally. Each one takes 3 hits. We try and want to stay at the second to the top barrier there to drop down on top of the star for an easy grab. And then we move on to Float Islands, which is probably the most technical level in the game. This is probably my favorite stage in the speedrun because it is so technical. This stage is nothing but lag, and this stage throws pretty much everything it has at you. Projectiles coming from literally everywhere, enemies coming from on and off the screen. Understanding how instant abilities work and how instant swallowing works is a must to make it through the stage pretty quickly. Ideally, you want to get to Kabula, which is the boss of the stage, with full hit points. Even experienced runners in this still struggle with that because it is such a hard level. So here we're going into the ship, which everyone knows not to grab that curry right there, because if we grab that curry, it causes significant lag. So basically everything on this ship is going to do 2 damage to me, with the exception of these cannonballs. But those cannonballs do not stop shooting. We have to time our jump or our falls perfectly through those cannonballs in order to not take damage. And we get through the ship without taking damage. So we get a whale that shoots us off into the clouds. And into the home stretch for Kabula. Alright, so we got the Mint Leaf, now we're gonna fight Kabula. Kabula is arguably the hardest boss of this category. Kabula shoots very quickly, very erratically, and will charge you a lot more often. That's why you want to be full health going into that Kabula fight, so you can tank literally everything it has to throw at you. So since we're up in the clouds via a whale, we are now going into Bubbly Clouds, which is the longest stage of the run. This is the endurance stage. This is my least favorite stage of the speedrun. Simply because I get really bored and I take really unnecessary damage. But the biggest difference in this one is that the umbrellas are now out for blood. So in normal difficulty, the umbrellas really don't care what you do to their masters, but in this version, you kill their masters, they are out for blood at this point. It's almost like Rambo at that point. So here we're going to kill that Waddle Doo off of the screen to reduce the number of sprites on the screen and get hit by a Scarfy apparently. Here we're going to try and do something called a sprite overload to try and despawn an enemy in the corner of a screen. Let's see if we got it. I didn't miss that enemy. Oh, I got it, because literal god gamer right now. Alright, so here, careful, the Gordo does 3 damage. We could have done a swag trick right there where we went underneath that Scarfy, but I'm not all about swag in my speedruns. So here we got Kracko Jr., scripted fight. The only hard part about this is literally timing the bomb shot across the screen to hit it as Kracko Jr. is coming up, but honestly, if you duck in that corner, okay, B button. If you duck in that corner right there, it won't hurt you at all. We'll see if we get background glitch, we'll go for it. Oh, we got it, there you go. There you go, everyone, background glitch in a marathon. Never been done, except for the few times it has. Background glitch doesn't save any time, it just looks kind of cool. I personally don't like it because I don't know where I'm going in the first half of the screen. But it's fun, there you go. Something fun in Kirby Streamland. So in this screen here, those falling stars hurt you. They do 1 damage, and also at the same time you have to reduce the amount of lag. So the way this works is Kirby is shooting all these fireballs, which causes a lot of extra sprites, and whenever Kirby runs into a block, it causes more sprites to show up on the screen. So you have to try to not run into blocks while shooting the blocks, while dodging the stars. It's a little bit of much going on there. So here we go, the real Kracko fight. Easiest fight in the run. We're going to try and do something called a double hit Kracko setup here, where when Kracko dies, we're going to do something called a task bit, where if we can get close enough to the next object, we can just instantly shoot it out of our mouth. And the way that works is that we have an 8-frame window of whenever we inhale something. If we shoot it and press down within 8 frames, we do something called an instant setup, or an instant spit, where it puts Kirby into a stance that it swallowed the item, but it really didn't, so the game doesn't know what flag to actually trigger. So the next thing that you inhale if you're within 5 frames of it, you can instantly shoot it out of your mouth, which makes the Kracko double hit a lot easier. I'm only good at it from the left side because my brain doesn't work on the right side for this game. My fingers are just not coordinated. Alright, so refights. Mount DDD. So we're going to la refight. We don't have Kirby this time, so we have to do this the old-fashioned way. So a lot of this is just guessing. So a lot of times people have asked me, like, how do you know what door they're gonna come out of? It's literally just guessing. I know if they enter from the right, they're probably gonna come out the left, and vice versa. So I just kind of guess what door they're gonna come out of, and go from there. Most times I get very lucky. Alright, Kracko refight again. Hope y'all didn't miss Kracko too bad. So you guys see me do some audio despawning here as well too, to reduce some lag in this game, because like I said, this game was very well programmed. Alright. Let's try that again. There we go. Come on, Kracko. So every attack Kracko does is 2 seconds, it's gone. And now we get to go fight Kabula again. Honestly, the stage leading to Kabula is harder than the actual Kabula fight. The amount of times I've been hit by that crab right there falling down that hole is amazing. If I touch those spikes at all, that's half of my hit points just gone. And in this case, since I have 5, that's 3 hit points gone. Not ideal for the hardest fight in the game. So here's Kabula again. So fun fact about the Kabula fight, if we actually kill Kabula and we're at the top of the screen actually transitions down and will actually crush Kirby and it'll kill you and you have to redo the whole fight again. The amount of times I've lost runs to that is pretty great. We're gonna take an intentional death there because that's the fastest way to take a death in Mount DDD. The reason that is I could have went for Wispy with 1 hit point. Wispy's not that difficult. But if I got to Wispy and accidentally got hit by an apple or something, then I would have to do this whole thing over again. Plus, I want to do a Gordo clip in extra mode since we don't ever do those. The Gordos in stage 5 instantly kill you no matter how much health that you have. So it's always fun to take a little bit of damage, use your iframes, and clip behind them and go into a door. You actually have a 2-frame window where you can actually get into the door without taking damage. Not RTA viable. But it is cool to see, though. Alright. On to DDD. The main event. DDD has 4 attacks. DDD can dive, DDD can hammer, DDD can do a jumping attack, and DDD can do a sucking attack. Wow, did it all in order for me. Marathon known. So DDD is actually a lot faster in this version. DDD is actually quite difficult to fight in this version. There is a little bit of a manipulation to DDD though, is that if DDD flies off the screen like that, DDD will always jump back into the playing field. So we take that to our advantage, and that's time. That is Kirby's Dream Land Extra Mode. Arguably, Extra Mode is the best category simply because you get some really sweet credits at the end. But welcome to Game Boy Block. Hope you all enjoy the rest of the fantastic Game Boy games and the rest of the marathon, honestly. Very cool marathon. Really glad RGL puts this on. So thank you all for having me for Kirby's Dream Land Extra Mode, and see you all in a bit with Kid Nicky.